We are inside the Loft 100 studios. It is the Big Biz Show. Hope you guys are having a great day. I always appreciate you being along for the crazy ride that the show is. Costa, Cassidy Smith back here in studio. Sully, of course, touring these here United States. Back in Milwaukee as we speak.
When I get there next week again, I want to do a belt reading.
Okay.
You look fantastic. That belt tells a story.
It sure does.
A sordid story.
Yeah, I didn't.
You look fantastic. I mean, you do. It's like you're a shadow of your former self.
I forgot what my feet look like. Yeah, it's pretty nice.
To say the least. Well, here's what happens. Here's what happens when you start getting in shape.
Yeah.
Stuff starts hitting your chest first as you're eating, because I know the world is your placemat, like me. The entire earth is your placemat. Boom. So as stuff starts going down, does the Funyun crumbs start coming out? Yes. They start hitting your chest first.
Yeah,
versus versus the shed. You look fantastic, buddy.
Before we talk with Troy, the United States and Australia are playing in soccer. Tomorrow, and we're going to beat Australia's. Man, it's going to be awesome. Speaking of that. Troy Hazard, one of the great keynote speakers out there. He is the author of Future Proofing Your Business, Real Life Strategies to Prepare Your Business for Tomorrow, Today. Mr. Hazard, always great to talk to you, sir.
You too, mate. How are you?
Good.
It's good to see that you can switch Sully off when you want to, too. That's kind of nice.
These guys are loving this stuff. They can just press the button. I'm just still talking. They can just go do their thing. What do you got on the table today? What are we talking about?
So I've been doing some research on graduates and their expectations once they've finished their degree and left school and gone off into the big wide world. And here's the interesting thing. I've triangulated 4 different bits of research, and 90% of graduates overestimate what they think they should be paid in the first year or their first job, to the tune of like 30 to 42%, which is kind of crazy. And it gets even crazier when you work out, or when they actually announce why. 59% think because, they just work harder than their peers. 51% because they're smarter than their peers. And get this, 48% because they've got a degree think they should go straight into a leadership position. There you go.
Let me ask you something, because you've been the guy for a long time that has maintained sort of what millennials and Gen X, Gen Y are trying to avoid. And that's the fact that the work ethic has changed with this generation. Now, obviously, our co-host today, Cassidy Smith, and I can tell you, her work ethic is every bit as solid as mine, Mike's, yours. When we were, she's because I know her parents, and I know why. But I mean, if you really think in terms of the experience that you're talking about, and the fact that 90% of the graduates, overestimate what their first paycheck should be.
Yeah.
The idea that you're really coming through with is maybe we're turning back to those times that we all wanted to be in the first place. What do you think about that?
Well, I think there's a bit of a tipping point when you leave school. I didn't go to school, by the way. I don't have a degree. I went straight into the workforce.
Yeah, but I've known you for so long. I've been one of your closest friends, and know that school probably wouldn't have done you, based upon your arc of your story, school wouldn't have done you well. And no, you did way better.
High school didn't do me any favors either, so there was no need to continue. But I think there's a tipping point where there's an expectation before they actually hit the real world. And when they do, they either realize they're going to have to double down and what they've just learnt really wasn't a lot, or they still head off into the wilderness with this expectation that life will be fine and I'm entitled to all these great things. And I've noticed that over the years with the people we've employed. When they've got into the workforce and they've realized how hard we actually all do work as senior leaders, they start having this self-realization that maybe I'm not the smartest guy in the room. Maybe I actually need to learn from these guys who've been doing this for 20 and 30 years before I even was born. And now they're still showing me up in the workforce. And I think that's what I see a lot of when we're employing newbies that are coming into the workforce. They either get it or they don't, and they either stick around or they don't.
Yeah. TroyHazard.com is the website. Our good friend Troy Hazard with us here. Troy, the fact that they're coming out of college and thinking, well, I'm going to move right into the CEO position, even though I've never had any management experience, is that mom and dad chirping in their ears? Is it teachers kind of giving them a false sense of hope? Is it social media, the outside influences? Where's it coming from?
I think it's a bit of both, you know. I think that social media amplifies how easy it is to make money if you're an influencer, or you can do this on the internet and make all this cash, which is really 1 in a million. You might have a chance of doing that. But as boomers, my generation, we've also got to take a little bit of blame, because we're the people that are sitting at the dinner table saying, you can be anything you want to be. You just have to believe in yourself. And our kids are still growing through that phase. We're a 15-year-old and a 13-year-old, and our conversation is entirely different. Because they've seen me get up at 3 a.m. and go to work. They've seen me work a 20-hour day still, even though we've had a little bit of a success. They've seen that still as part of our daily routine, and they know that's not easy out there. And I think we've got to take a little bit of responsibility as boomers, that we've maybe told them it's going to be okay, and sometimes it's just not.
Troy, hang on just real quick. I think what you just said there, I think is that reality question. Sometimes it's just not. I think I don't want that to go over anyone's head, because I think that's so powerful. And I think the reason that I want to bring that back up is because look at it's life's hard. Get a helmet.
So true.
Troy, so I am the 21-year-old college student. You know, I graduate in a year, but let's say I graduate, tomorrow. How should a new graduate like me actually figure out what they are in fact worth without, overselling themselves, but without actually selling themselves short?
Yeah, I think you've just got to listen to people. Look at the surroundings before you start making bold statements. And I'm always one that says, know your worth. And over the years, and Sully and I have had this conversation 100 times, that when we get to a level in life that you think you're now competing, then it's okay to maybe put your fee up, or to ask for more, or to think that you deserve or might even have a shot at that next job or the next step up the ladder. But that only comes with the self-awareness, because smart is not a title. Smart isn't about a score. Smart's about self-awareness, that where I sit in that food chain and how I might get to the next level of that food chain. Knowing that my entire desire is to want to earn more, be better, be more efficient, more effective, and be that guy or girl. Not selling myself short, but not overselling myself in this process.
Troy, I'm sorry, did you say bold statement or bald statement? I couldn't understand.
Wow, that's tough.
Yeah, well, it's been bold for a very long time, mate.
Hey, there's just some people that say, working smart's not enough. Working hard and smart is enough. And I think, like you say, degrees don't deliver a rite of passage. It's not about jumping in the queue, right?
I think so. And look, again, with our guys, because they're coming through that phase of what do I want to be when I grow up, we keep talking to them that disappointment is a function of expectation. So if you set your expectations too high, then you're likely to disappoint yourself because you didn't reach it. So there's an element of reality that sits in amongst that. And again, to your point, Sully, it's mum and dad that need to keep reminding their kids of that reality. The reality that it was hard for them, that they did have to work hard, that they did get pushed over a few times and have to get back up again, that they didn't actually jump the queue in life. They just worked out how to stand in line for a shorter period of time. And these things, I think, are important messages to be sending our children, even if they are about to graduate or in fact have graduated and about to step into the workforce. It's like, okay, here's the hard yards. Get busy, pull your head in and listen to people and start taking a real broader look at the world, because maybe what you've been fed for the last few years isn't exactly how it works out here.
He is Troy Hazard, highly sought after keynote speaker, author, Future-Proofing Your Business, Real Life Strategies to Prepare Your Business for Tomorrow Today. TroyHazard.com is the website. All right, we're back right after this. Big Biz Show rolls on.